So apparently I've been doing everything for YouTube the wrong way. Either that, or I suck, or the third choice is that I've been shadow banned. Now I have to ask myself some hard questions. Do I really suck? Am I putting in my best? I thought I was, but apparently I've been making some wrong moves. They say that you are not supposed to post your videos for play immediately. You need to put it on private and set a time for 24 to 48 hours, and that way it gives the algorithm time to go through your video and see what your video is about, and to make sure it gets the right audience. Now there's some things that I was doing that I really don't think are fair, because I didn't know that we were not supposed to self-promote our videos. And I've gone on other people's videos and I've said stuff like, I talked about this on my channel, and I didn't know that YouTube could see that as self-promoting, and they could actually shadow ban you for that reason. Another thing is that there are a lot of controls. I have the YouTube Studio on my phone, and I have the app, for it. But I didn't know that there were some applications that you could only do through the Google, where you go onto YouTube Studio, but not through the app. And then you have to go in and change all of these settings to let YouTube know what your channel is all about. So it's in the settings section on your laptop. I did not know a lot of things as far as uploading, and I feel like I've made a lot of mistakes. But you know what? I said when I got started that I was filming my videos for self-growth and as a service, as a Christian service. Now, some people have said that maybe I ought not to talk about my Christian beliefs on my YouTube, and that I shouldn't talk about divisive issues like eschatology and preterism and stuff like that. Well, again, I say that it's my channel, and I kind of want to do what I want to do. But in any relationship, I know that there's give and take. So I realized that maybe I need to not harp so much. I see another lady on YouTube that's doing videos about eschatology and preterism, and I've seen her view count go drastically down. But I also see now that it's starting to go back up. It's kind of like that movie, if you build it, they will come. And I know that sometimes when we're doing the Lord's work, it's a hard road to hoe. So when you give and take, though, sometimes you've got to give people what they want. A relationship takes work. I understand that. I do want to do the Lord's work, and sometimes the Lord's work requires that you tell people things that they don't want to hear, but maybe they need to hear. So if I stay steadfast in doing what is truthful and right, I have to hope that the views will come. One thing that I've done that I've accomplished in my videos, though, you know, I am a person that suffers with an anxiety disorder. And as such, I remember when I first started doing videos, I drove several hours to go to Pawhuska, Oklahoma. It was back when they were filming or about to film the Leonardo DiCaprio Flowers of the Killer Moon movie. Drove all the way out to Pawhuska. My granddaughter got extremely car sick. Had to stop at a store and buy her a whole nother outfit because she'd messed up her first one. But Pawhuska has this beautiful place where it's got these steps that go up the side of the buildings, and you can sit up there. There's beautiful benches and everything, and I thought this would be a great place to film. I get settled with my notes and everything that I'm going to say, and a person goes strolling by. I froze up bigger than an iceberg. I was not able to talk, so I ended up just filming some of the stuff in Pawhuska and driving all the way back home and standing in my backyard filming. So one thing that I have accomplished is to be able to walk and talk and film. One other thing that I have learned with my filming, no matter if you have anxiety or depression and you have a hard time going out into the world with being slightly agoraphobic and not wanting to go anywhere, going to doctor's appointments and even going to counseling was such a chore that it would wear me out to the point where I was incapacitated for a whole day. Well, filming these videos has helped me to be able to say to myself, I got a spider web. Woo! Suck it up, cupcake. And even though you have all of these issues with anxiety, it doesn't mean that people are going to stop being mean. I made a comment on another lady's video where she was talking about our children not having anything to do with us. And I was just saying in my comment that I was sorry that this lady was having to experience that, and that I too have experienced this, and saying, you know, that you kind of feel like you're in a place between a rock and a hard place, how the saying goes. And no matter what you do or say, it could be interpreted. I mean, if you argue for yourself, you're going to be interpreted as being toxic. And so you just learn to not say anything, and you stay in the corner because you're afraid to move because of what people will say. Well, somebody came in and had something ugly to say to me. And I've experienced ugliness in the comments of my videos. And so I've learned to be kind of like the proverbial duck with the water rolling off of its back. Yes, sometimes it hurts, and I take it to my daughter and I say, Sybil, look at this. Look what this person said to me. And she has to remind me that these people, they are either bots or they are people that are so filled with venom and pain that it's like a nasty festering pimple. It has to come out, and so it's easy to take it out on strangers versus going and tell the people that hurt them or make them angry that they hurt them. So I have learned a lot in my walk, and it's been 4 years, and so it makes me laugh on these channels where they're talking about, if you've been 6 months posting videos and you only have 20 views on your videos. Well, I've been posting for 4 years now, and like I said, apparently I suck at it or something. But you know, the Bible tells us to be content with such things as you have. And I would like it to be able to grow and be monetized, and to feel like I have friends that come here to have to, to not to have to, but that come here because they want to see anything I have to say. Not that I'm so educated or expert in anything, but that they enjoy spending a little time with me. And so I'm going to continue trying to put out my best, and I've invested in things to make the thumbnails, and I go on ChatGPT and try to get ideas about hashtags, stuff like that. So I'm going to keep trying to do my best, but in the end, I have to be pleased with knowing that I've done my best to serve my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I love you all, and I'll talk to you later.